John Dewey was born on October 20th, 1859, in Burlington, Vermont, to parents Lucina Artemisia Rich and Archibald Dewey. John was the third of 4 children. His father ran a tobacco shop and provided for the family very well. The family enjoyed a comfortable lifestyle, and the children were able to be well educated. John attended public school until the age of 15, when he then enrolled at the University of Vermont. After graduating, Dewey was accepted to Johns Hopkins University and graduated with a doctorate in 1884. 2 years later, Dewey married Harriet Alice Chapman in 1886. They had 6 biological children together and adopted 1 other child. Much of John Dewey's career was spent teaching at universities and creating his own philosophy on education. Dewey taught at the University of Vermont, the University of Michigan, the University of Minnesota, the University of Chicago, and Columbia University throughout his years as a professor. Along with teaching, Dewey also wrote numerous books, articles, and journals. Some of his most renowned works are the book The School and Society, published in 1899, and Democracy and Education, published in 1916. Over the years, Dewey continued to develop his philosophy on education and developed many different progressive education reforms. John Dewey believed that students should be active in the classroom and participate in classroom democracy, which was crucial for student learning. Dewey believed that students learn by doing and by becoming active participants in their own learning. Dewey stressed that students must be interested in what they are learning. By participating and being interested in the material, students will be able to truly learn and reflect on what they have been taught. In 1916, John Dewey created a model for inquiry-based learning. In this model, students are active participants and teachers guide the students' learning rather than direct and rigid instruction. Dewey's model proposed a set of steps to aid students in reflective thinking. These steps include addressing the problem, form a hypothesis, collect data, form a conclusion, and reflect on what has been found. Over the years, many educators have taken Dewey's model and based their own style of learning off of Dewey's model, but they all share the same characteristics of inquiry-based learning. Dewey once said, "We do not learn from experience, we learn from reflecting on experience." Another important aspect of education that Dewey highly emphasized was democracy in the classroom. Dewey believed that democratic education is needed in order for a successful society. By educating students in school to be productive members of a society and to cooperate with one another, we could then translate that knowledge to our society and work for the common good of all. Dewey believed that students should be taught how to think for themselves, create their own goals, and figure out how to achieve those goals in order to create a better society. John Dewey was a prominent figure in the field of education and is still revered today. He is most known for his progressive education reform and inquiry-based learning techniques. Many educators still look towards Dewey's work today for guidance in their teaching practices. Sadly, John Dewey died on June 1st, 1952, from pneumonia. He will forever be known as a key figure in the field of education.